So this arrived this morning. It's my new M.2 1GB or 1TB, shall I say. Basically it's an SSD card, but it goes direct through PCI, which makes it an awful lot faster. Basically a good 5 or 6 times faster, maybe even more, compared to a standard SSD, and way above kind of a normal hard drive, like with a spin drive on it. The spindles just are really slow compared in comparison to an SSD, especially one that runs direct through your motherboard through the PCI. So I'm gonna get this installed today. I do apologise as I got a bit of a cold, but I'll let you know how this works. It's 1TB, so it should be kind of ample for the majority of applications that I've got on, and most of my games, which is certainly what I'm going to be running off it. What I'm going to do is, so the screw's out of the way, so what I'm going to do is unpack this. I'm just going to take it out of the box so you can see what it actually looks like. It is just a solid state drive, so there's not a lot to it. Just some physical state memory that I'm going to pop in for you now, but I'll show you the card before I do actually enter it. Make sure your hands are clean, by the way, before you go ahead and do any of this, just to make sure you don't cause any problems or leave anything that will cause any issues with your PC later down the line. Okay, so I've gone and unpackaged the actual item, and as you can see, the only things that are in there at the moment are the actual solid state drive itself and a DIY kind of heatsink that you can pop on. So the heatsink has a 3M backing. So as you can see from the back here, it's just a sticky kind of tab that you're going to pull off, and then that will just stick on the top of the heatsink. I'm guessing that once you've slotted it in, because it does have the screw hole there, but it shouldn't really make any difference. That shouldn't really interfere at all. Okay, so I've gone and removed the actual heatsink, or put the heatsink on, shall I say. Remove the backing, the 3M backing, just this little piece of sticky back paper, and this is what it looks like on the top. So it looks quite good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just unscrew this. Now I'm using a small Phillips screwdriver. So Phillips head is like the plus sign on the end of the head. That should just come out nicely. It's quite a small screwdriver. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the rest by hand. And you don't want to do that, which is something that I've just done. And that is lose the screw there, so you can see. I'm just going to pull it out just to get out. So this is the tricky part now, because the actual drive itself, this part of the drive, if I can focus on it here, needs to go in at kind of a 30mm angle roundabout. So it's going to be quite difficult. I'm going to try and do this with one hand, although it may be a little bit difficult. I don't know if you can see. There we go. There you go. So it will stick up like that until you actually screw it down. So as you can see, it kind of sticks out at an angle, and it has got some flex on it, and that's because it needs to have tension when you pop it down. So I'm just going to get the screw, pop that back in, and hopefully it'll just be a case of booting up the system then. Okay, so I'm just in my BIOS, and with having the Gigabyte Gaming M Micro ATX kind of motherboard, this is the BIOS system that comes with it. Now for me, I need to select NVMe configuration. So that's the type of card that we need to use. So this is it, and as you can see straight up here, it's recognized the card. So it's picking up the card, which is great. So it's seeing that there is a functional card there. It's recognizing the space there. So what I'll do now is I'm going to go back into the system, make sure everything's working okay, and it should be able to see there.